Hello, everybody. Scott Morganroth, Motor City Madmouth. Pleased to be joined by Miami running backs coach Matt Merritt. Matt, first of all, let's talk about your running back room. How do you like what you see so far?
So far, work in progress. It's they've done a good job. Typically they'll probably tell you that to me. Generally hard to please, but it's been a steady work in progress. They've grown in a lot of areas. Really, the cohesion within the unit and how they're all pushing each other has been great. And looking forward to this camp for them, all 7 of them, to really take another step forward.
Are there any particular guys right now that you can single out that might have an edge or the other from what you saw earlier, or is this just going to be one of those things that 2-3 weeks from now, let's revisit this?
Yeah, probably 2-3 weeks we'll revisit it. Like, people can probably make assumptions, pencil in, but I'm always very careful to, before camp to say this or that with who's wearing what. They all know that they got to go compete. It's a talented room. Everybody knows that. They know that. But at the end of the day, got to improve, we got to compete, and we got to be consistent every single day in what we're doing. And then we'll see how it plays out here as we get ready for the opener.
What was it like to coach last year's running back room? This was a pretty good offense run by Cam Ward, and they put a lot of points on the board.
It was a fun group to coach, with Damien and Mark, and obviously some of the other guys got in there as well. It was really fun. And the great thing about that group is they didn't really care about who got the praise. They just wanted to score touchdowns and win games. And they didn't care who scored the touchdowns. They just wanted to win. And as long as we win, didn't care. It was a fun group to coach. As the year went on and, got more and more fun just because naturally around each other more, you get closer and closer with each other. So, obviously the offense was explosive. Cam was a big reason for that. Obviously, between the receivers and the tight ends and running backs, and certainly the O-line, everyone's had their part in that.
What are your early thoughts about Carson Beck so far from what you've heard?
Really like his demeanor. Highly, intelligent kid. Obviously, I haven't seen him play in person, but the few times I've gotten to interact with him, a very straightforward type of dude. No nonsense, but does a good job of interacting with the guys. He's really been, gelling well with the O-linemen and the receivers and the backs and the tight ends and really everybody.
2 other questions I want to ask you. I have to go ask you about the USF Syracuse game. I was at the game covering it. You did a whale of a job. You made a guy who's a Bulls alumnus very proud. How much did you enjoy coaching at USF? They're on this schedule this year. Let's talk about your memories there and that game. That had to be quite a fun time coaching and blowing out Syracuse.
Oh, you're talking about the Boca Bowl a couple years ago?
Yeah,
it was fun. Really enjoyed my time at USF. Owe a lot to Coach Golish. He plucked me from the FCS ranks about 4 years ago, and really owe a lot to him. Got a really great relationship still with him and everybody on that staff. But the fun thing is in this profession is you get to coach against teams where you have people on the sideline that and it's like, going against a family member. You want to beat the brakes off them and go and compete and do all of those things, right? And that's with anybody. And the competition is always fun, but I really enjoyed my time there, and everything I was able to learn there has obviously helped me get to this point.
Well, you had him last year. It wasn't so fun, though, was it? Here at Miami, I know it's your second year, right?
Yeah. Again, it's always fun to be able to go against former teammates or colleagues and everything else. So no matter what.
And lastly, Ohio State won the national championships. What are your thoughts about the Buckeyes pulling it off last year? I know you have ties with the Buckeyes as well.
Good for them. No ties left there. Really focus on Miami being able to do what we have to do one day at a time to be able to improve and do what we want to do this year.
And what are your thoughts about what we can expect out of you guys this year?
You'll see a group that plays with a lot of toughness and a lot of grit, and the team that's really focused on the process. Not going to get too far ahead of ourselves, not going to think too far ahead. Really is going to focus on the process, and the process right now is tomorrow's practice 1, and that's what we're worried about.
Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Look forward to talking to you later in the year, Mark. God bless. Thanks.